So we'll carry on with the separation methods. Sublimation is another separation method the chemists can use, chemistry students can use. But sublimation is a limited technique. I said limited because not only few substances are sublime. Sublime mean when they are heated, they directly changes to gas. A substance, if it is solid, it is heated, it should turn to what? Liquid, and then to the gas. But if it directly turn to the gas, we call it a sublime. And such sublime substances, when they are cooled, they come back to the solid again. So there is sublimation and here is solidification. Okay, few substances are sublime. Like carbon dioxide is sublime because carbon dioxide gas, when cooled to minus 78 degrees Celsius, it turns to solid. We call it as dry ice. And when dry ice, it is such a handy thing used to refrigerate things, to keep in the supermarkets, and also to the cleaning of the wounds and supplies, medicinal supplies and all that, and ice creams, because it never changes to liquid. So the things are floating in it. It directly changes to gas. And such a nice refrigerant it is because it is to minus 78 degrees Celsius. Such cool. Okay. It is also used in the stage to give a jazzy look when the rock stars are performing. Also give them a cold air for their vocal cords to work properly. Sublime things, I said, are few. So this technique is limited techniques. Okay, iodine is sublime, naphthalene is sublime. If one of these sublime things get stuck into your mixture, then you have a chance to separate it out by what? Sublimation method. For sublimation method, this is the mixture you want to separate, heat it. Sublime thing, as I said, will directly change to gas. And these gaseous vapors, when they actually strike the inside of this funnel, which is closed on the back, when inside of this funnel, outside it is being cold, it is being cooled by application of any water or whatever, the ice swabs, and then the sublime thing, the vapors inside, they solidify again. So you can separate them out easily. Left behind is the non-sublime thing. Sublimation, I said, is a limited method, but anywhere we are using separation techniques, and separation techniques are based on which principle? Physical properties. So if somebody asks you why you have chosen the sublimation technique, you'll say because one of the substances is sublime. Like somebody asks you why you chose the filtration technique, you'll say one of these substances are insoluble. They are suspended. They are seen suspended. They are seen as sediment. Or evaporation, you can use the word that it is soluble, so it's lost in, it will pass through the filter paper and we have to sacrifice solvent. Separation methods are based on the physical properties. Another physical property, that is, there are certain substances which are immiscible. Immiscible mean they are not immiscible. For separating funnel, these substances are miscible. If they are immiscible, it means they are making two layers. Okay, but if they are immiscible, it means they are not soluble into each other. And if two things are not dissolved into each other, they are immiscible, then for that case, you can use the separating funnel. If they are miscible, I repeat again, clarifies, if they are miscible, they are dissolved into each other, like somehow alcohol and water, like ink in water. They are soluble, they are dissolved. But if they are immiscible, it means whenever you mix them up, they'll always make two layers. One, the lighter one at the top, and the other one beneath. So you want to separate them out. You can do decanting. Decanting can be somehow handy, but not that clear. Decanting is handy basically. Decanting is what? Pouring the liquid and keeping the solid behind. That is decanting. But in this case, you pour it off, then you'll find out it will not be as helpful because the other substance will also come down, pulled by the gravity. Of course, you're pulling it down. Or you can use a cotton swab and separate it out. But they are not clear method. They are not that separation. Like cotton swab will take the emulsion off. Best thing, if things are immiscible, they are not dissolved into each other, use this simple apparatus. We call it as separating funnel. Now, when you place into the separating funnel, there will be two layers formed. Okay, sometimes we add it into a magnetic shaker and makes the layer stronger and then place it into the separating funnel. But you place directly, let it settle down, two layers are formed. Now, run the layer, non-aqueous layer, lighter layer, okay, and safe it here. And as the other layer just approaches, close the knob. Separating funnel is used when two substances are immiscible. They are not mixing into each other. Okay, for that case use separating funnel. Run off one liquid and as the other approach close it. Okay, but if they are miscible, we'll use other techniques like distillation and fractional distillation. If they are lost into each other, totally dissolved, they are miscible. But if they are immiscible, like oil in water, okay, then you can separate them out by this method. Okay, so that is the use of separating funnel, these two techniques.